welcome to Big V TV. Great to have you with us for a Wednesday night, middle of the week, heading into round 14. Dr. Sniffles is back with us tonight. He hasn't been with us the last two nights, Steve. Where's he been?
No, the Sniffles returned.
You're down again.
But thankfully he has returned to the studio.
Do you ever come to work, or where you been, mate?
Do I ever come to work?
Yeah.
I think I've worked more hours in the last week than you have all year.
Oh, jeez, that's a big call.
That's a return to form for Craig.
I was going to say, and I think those that know me pretty well, mate, know that that's far-fetched. Very, very far-fetched. Now, tonight, looking forward to this, Craig. We're talking players who we believe will make good coaches. Yeah. Is that what we're doing tonight?
I think that's what.
Have I summed that up well? It didn't come to the production.
Well, you've summed that up well.
Okay.
You summed it up well, but this list here, I'm not sure what's going on with that.
Well, I wanted to put down some examples, Craig, so people can sort of get a bit of a feel for what we're trying to do here. So, some of the names that we've seen transition completely in recent years, or maybe still transitioning from playing to coaching, doing a little bit of both, a foot in both camps, they would call that. Obviously, we've seen over the years, and she's back playing now, is Sharon Plichter, Sharon Grieve, of course, but Louise Brown down at Warrnambool, currently coaching the Mermaids and playing still a little bit, but was a fantastic player in her day. That's still a good player now. Liam Glascott, who's now fully gone over to coaching, doing a good job at Keilor. Manny Hendricks, foot in both camps at the moment.
Manny Week coming up as well. We can speak to him a little bit about that.
Give it a plug, Steve. Go on.
Speak to him a little bit about
He's
that.
pumped up about this.
Couple of weeks' time, Manny Week coming up. Stay tuned.
Ooh, look out for that. Mark Jeffers, foot in both camps at the moment. I think he'll still play for a little bit though.
Of course.
He'll tell you that his knees are done and all that sort of stuff. Comes up with every excuse, especially after a bad game. He's got every excuse. Katrina Hibbert, we've seen fully transition over into coaching. Same with D-Mac. He was a fair sort of a player in his day.
Not too bad.
Craig. Speaking of fair players, love to this guy used to absolutely set up a campfire. He used to roast marshmallows at the three-point arc. Only at one end of the floor, mind you, only at the offensive end. Would never go down and play defence, but is now a coach, and that's Ilya Polianis out there at Waverley. Hayley Munro, we're starting to see a bit of both at the moment, and one of the greatest of all time players who could hit threes from a car park religiously, still stepping out every now and again just to test the old hammies. Paul Hutchison down there at Corio Bay. So that's an example of those that either have fully gone or starting to. But we're going to talk about current players or recently retired players.
And just before you go on, that list there just shapes and shows the viewer why we're doing this list, is because there's always some great people that step off the court and go into a new role and thrive in the new position as well.
Absolutely, no doubt about it. So how do we want to do this? Because we've probably got some of the same names, but I've got a list of about 400. So
as you usually do.
So I'll give a couple.
Okay, go.
And we'll start with the females.
We'll start with whoever you want, Craig.
And I went out to Sunbury, Chelsea Burns, who is a great leader on the floor, does everything, is one of the smartest players in the league, and I think everyone can see it's a natural fit. She could be a great coach for many years.
I don't know if it's Chelsea Burns anymore, is it?
No, I think recently,
here we go. He loves this name.
Recently married.
And who did she wed? He loves it. Watch this. He loves this.
Technically, I don't know whether to change her name.
Why would she roll the R
If she
here?
did, it should be Chelsea Kediyama.
Oh, right, okay, good, fantastic. She knows who we're talking about. I agree with you, Craig. I think she'd be a sensational coach.
And another player who's started to step into the coaching realm a little more. We know she's got a foot in both camps right now, but there's going to be a great coach going forward, Jess May.
Yes, I've got Jess on my list. Like it. Okay.
Couple from my side. Then I think Elise Penaluna would be a handy coach at any level. Elise Penaluna from Sunbury, yes.
I said two from Sunbury.
By the way, did I tell you what Elise is doing for a job now? Have I mentioned that before?
No, but if you have, you can mention it again.
She stepped out of full-time playing, obviously, for a full-time job. And if you get the chance, just check on every tram that passes you on Melbourne's roads. At least Penaluna's a tram driver these days. I reckon it's fantastic. When she sat down and told me for the first time, hey, Justin, I'm thinking of doing this. I check every tram I go past now. I'm sort of like looking in to see who's driving. So anyway,
Drive responsibly, though.
Look out for drive responsibly.
She spent a little bit of time on the sidelines in an assistant coaching type role while she's been injured, I believe, is Liv Bontempelli.
Ooh, okay.
From
Yes,
Eltham.
I didn't have Liv on my list, so there you go.
And the other one I think that would, in terms of females, make a really good coach is Jess Watson from Geelong.
Oh yes, I like that.
Plus she's a
nomination.
teacher too, so
I
great
like
educator.
that nomination. Okay, good. Well, can I add a couple to that list?
Sure can.
Amy Wormold.
Mm-hmm.
Amy has a very, very high basketball IQ. Got a lot of playing days in front of her yet.
Yep.
But I think that when Amy decides to coach one day in the future, I think she would be an excellent, excellent coach. Who else? Danny Fidge. Now, Danny Fidge is still running around playing for Camberwell D1 women. Has played Seabull, has played Big V, has played state champs, played lots and lots of basketball over the years. Very, very good basketball IQ. I think Danny Fidge will go on and be a sensational senior coach. As to Lucy Dawson, I think Lucy Dawson one day will be a good coach, and she'll be able to represent you should you ever get into trouble. So I like Lucy Dawson as well. Any others?
Shall we go to some of the guys?
Yes, let's do that. You can start.
Kick us off again, and I've got probably the easiest pick, and I'm going to take him first up here, Matt Snow.
Oh, Snowy.
The easiest
Hands
pick.
down. Yep.
Got him on the list. I don't know whether Matt will want to coach because I don't know that he'll want to put up with players. He'd probably think about his career. And
I think maybe he retires for a year or two and then he goes, I miss basketball a little bit. And
it'll be interesting to see what he does because I reckon he'd get frustrated by some players. But Matt Snow, you think about his IQ in the game
Yep.
and his longevity and history and knowledge, he would be, I reckon there'd be hundreds of players that would love to go out and play for Matty. Just don't know whether coaching will be something that he wants to do.
no doubt could though. If he wanted
Look, I think he'd be
to.
terrific.
And I've got Luke Egan.
Yes, I've got Lukey here.
Been doing
Same
it for
here.
years, a great leader, does everything, one of the smartest players in the league,
Yes.
still getting it done at, how old is he now?
He's about 76.
And you do need a good IQ if you're getting it done at 76.
Yes, he's the best looking 76-year-old you'll ever see. Caught up with Luke a couple of weeks ago. He's a great man, Luke Egan. He was back on the floor last week, back from injury, so
Yes.
good to see him playing.
And then finishing my list.
Can I just say, I think the only thing that would stop Luke Egan from coaching is just purely how long he wants to
he
keep
doesn't want to stop
playing.
playing.
So,
Fair call.
We'll go out to Eltham, who are one of the best coach
Yes.
teams. In my opinion, I've got Chris Cameron.
yes, got Chris
who
on my list.
Is a great player and a great IQ over there,
Yes.
and learning from one of the best coaches at the moment.
Trev Lee,
Well, it's
yes,
interesting. I had him on my list, but I cheated a little bit. No, he's already a coach.
Is he?
Is he?
Yeah, I think he's the director of coaching out there as
Okay.
well at
I
Eltham,
wasn't aware
so
of that.
Certainly a little leg up for mine.
I reckon out at Eltham, Jordan Canavan might get into coaching
Yeah.
down
Yes.
the track as well. So he's one to look out for. Who have you got?
To add to that list, I've got Brenton Charles.
Yes,
from
on my
Warrandyte.
list. On my list.
think
Great
he's a
point
lock.
guard.
Yes.
Brent Hobber from Casey.
Yeah,
I think
yes,
he
I like that.
Could be a coach one day.
Can I just add Brent Hobber to my list?
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah,
Well
absolutely
done.
can now. And
Yeah.
I don't know.
Ben Louis out at Casey
Yeah,
would be
thought
a
the
very
same
good
thing.
coach as well.
And I don't know, similar to Snow, I don't know whether we want to coach. Certainly he's got.
I know who you're
full-time
going to
gig
say.
going.
I've got him, the pigskin kicker.
Jason Reardon.
Yes.
Currently at Waverley.
Swiss Army knife, I've got him. I think Jace would be very good in the future. Can I add a couple more to that? Currently not playing anymore and just moving over into the coaching fraternities, assistant coach out at Ringwood. Big swing in Willie Weimer. I think Willie Weimer would be an excellent coach. And Damien Smith's on the coaching staff down there. Smitty was a terrific player. When those two eventually burst out of the shadows of Kenny Harrington, they will go on and be very successful coaches, those guys. One guy that I know very well out at McKinnon, very high basketball IQ. Don't know whether he'll want to coach in the future, but Neil Mueller. Neil Mueller has an excellent basketball IQ, and I think he could go on and become a great coach. And I just love the way Brendan Truella goes about things. I think if he wanted to coach one day, just go.
I think you've brought him up on every list possible over the past 3 months.
Yes, absolutely.
Now, if I can remember last night, you sort of talked up to the viewers
I
that there was
did.
going to be some special announcement. I haven't heard that yet. Is that still?
Well, I'll make it now, shall I? Because I think that
You've made the viewers wait a long time.
Well, one day, to be precise, 24 hours, not that long. But I did mention last night, and it was a very timely subject about coaches and players moving into coaching. I'd like to officially announce tonight. I haven't checked that I can do this with him, but I'll get on the phone straight after the show and just let him know that I've just said it. Officially announced tonight that one of the Big V's greatest players over the last decade plus, he has been a star of the competition, will be moving into coaching full-time next season.
You want to give a name? Or
I think he'll be hanging up the boots. I think he'll be stepping off the court playing wise, and he'll be going into full-time coaching, and he's signed on to do that for at least the next couple of years. Would you like to know who it is?
I'd love to know who it is and where they're coaching.
He'd be coaching at McKinnon, because the senior coach at McKinnon has officially announced internally and externally now that he's retired.
You're talking about yourself?
I'm talking about myself, done and dusted. Some would say probably 16 years too long.
Overdue.
Mm-hmm. But Jermaine Maybank will be coaching the McKinnon men for the next couple of years.
Wonderful.
And you talk about a star of the competition, great basketball IQ, has coached many, many years successfully at junior level, and has done a terrific job. Like I said, it was announced internally to the group a couple of weeks ago. We've just made the announcement externally. But this guy sitting here is hanging him up, and that guy right there is taking over, and I think he'll be fantastic.
So there you go, breaking news. Jermaine Maybank to coach the McKinnon Cougars
next 2 years, at least the next couple.
For the next 2 years, we'd like to extend our congratulations to Jermaine.
He will be a star at it, make no mistake. So there you go. Look, there's bound to be people that we've missed. There's bound to be rising coaches that we've missed, but that's just a snapshot of some players, current day players, that we think, Craig, will go on and be excellent coaches.
I think the list is pretty good. We're definitely going to miss about another 100.
My list can only be so long. Steve, what are we doing tomorrow night?
Tomorrow night we cast our eyes over the youth leagues. Ooh. Obviously, we're coming to the business end of the season.
We do this every year. I love it. The run to the finals. Is that what we're doing?
We take a look at some key fixtures, some key teams that are in the running of the playoffs.
Okay, fantastic. Look forward to that tomorrow night. Friday night, we're back at the desk, round 14, looking at the biggest and best games coming up this weekend. That's it. I'm out of here. I'm going to go ring Jermaine and just let him know what I've just done. Have a great night. We'll see you 5:30 tomorrow night on Big V TV.